Okay, guys, go ahead and take out your whiteboard marker and eraser. We are going to do some review from last week before we start today's learning target. We want to compare these fractions. 25/4 and 25/5. Okay, so let's look. They're both improper fractions, so we're going to change it to a mixed number. So I'm going to do 25 divided by 4, and that gives me what? Good. That gives me 6 with a remainder of 1. So 25/5 is the same as 6 wholes and 1/4. Those are equivalent. They're the same. Then I do the same thing. 20 divided by 5 equals 4. Very good. So that is equal to 4 wholes. You could have used number bonds to do this as well. But all I have to do is look at the whole numbers to see what's larger. Is 6 wholes or 4 wholes larger? 6 wholes is larger, so therefore 25/4 is greater than 25/5. So remember, you have to change your improper fractions to mixed numbers. Let's go ahead and try one more. Let's try, actually we're going to move on to the next. We'll try one more. Okay, so let's look at 25/4 and 26/5. Go ahead and try to solve that. Press pause if you need more time. But we notice they're both improper fractions, so we're going to change them to mixed numbers. So 25 divided by 4 equals 4 times what gets me the closest to 25 without going over. That's 6 with a remainder of 1. So 6 and 1/4. And then 26 divided by 5 is 5 with a remainder of 1. So that would give me 5 and 1/5. Remember, my denominators never change when I'm converting them. But what's larger if we look at our whole numbers? 6 wholes or 5 wholes? Good. 6 wholes is greater, so that's 25/4 is greater than 26/5. Okay, go ahead and erase your whiteboards. Let's look at our learning target for today. It says, I can add a mixed number and a fraction. So we know add, we're going to be adding today, a mixed number and a fraction. So for example, write a mixed number on your board. And then add a fraction to that. So you might have wrote any mixed number is a whole number and a fraction. So 1 2/4 plus a fraction 2/4. So I noticed the denominators are still going to be the same. We're still doing common denominators. We're not doing unlike denominators. So this is an example of what we're going to be looking at today. Go ahead and erase your boards. So let's see, here's an example. I have 2 3/8 plus 3/8. I'm going to do the same exact thing. I'm going to add the whole numbers first. So what is 2 plus nothing? That is 2. So I've taken care of my whole numbers. Now I'm going to move to the fractions. So what is 3 plus 3? That is 6. Do we ever add the denominators, guys? No, we never add the denominators. So 8 plus, we're not going to ever do 8 plus 8. Okay, we're going to keep the denominator. So that's 2 6/8. So all we did was first add the whole numbers. And then second, we want to add the fraction. Okay, and I want to check to see if it's an improper fraction, but it's not. 6/8 is not an improper fraction. Let's try another one. Okay, this one is a little bit different. I'm filling in the blank. 1/4 plus what equals 1 whole? So I asked myself, how much is a whole for fourths? That would be 4/4. So to get to 4/4, if I have 1/4, what's missing, guys? 3/4. Very good. 3/4. The next one. 3/8 plus what equals 1? Try that one by yourself on your whiteboard. If my denominator is 8, I know I'm trying to get to 8/8. If I already have 3/8, what is missing? Good, that's 5/8. So 3/8 plus 5/8 equals 8/8, or 1 whole. Try another one. 3 1/8 plus 7/8 equals. Well, you're going to use the same steps as earlier. 3 plus nothing is 3. Always add my whole numbers first. And then 7 plus 1 is 8/8. Now, I'm not going to leave it like this. So if I know 8/8 is a whole, I'm just going to add that whole to the 3. So that is equal to how many wholes? 4 wholes. Very good. So 3 1/8 plus 7/8 is 4 wholes. One more. This is a little bit harder. You can erase your boards. 6 is equal to 5 1/8 plus what? So what do I need to add to get to 6 wholes? I'm going to add 7/8. So 7 plus 1 is 8/8. That makes another whole. So 7/8 plus 1/8 is a whole. So that's 1 plus 5 equals 6. Very good. Go ahead and erase your whiteboards. Now, let's look at this one. I add my whole numbers first. 5 plus 0 is 5. And 3 plus, then I add my fractions. 3 plus 2 is 5. And I keep my denominator. So 2/4 plus 3/4 is 5/4. What do we notice about this one, though? That's different than the other ones we've done so far. Our answer is 5 5/4. What is 5/4? It's an improper fraction. Very good. Can we ever leave an improper fraction like this? No. So what we're going to do is what we've already done like we did last week. So we're going to change this. We're going to pull out 4/4 plus the 1/4. So we're taking 5/4. We're going to change that to 4/4 plus 5/4 with our number bond. Okay. So that is going to equal, I'm going to add it. 5 plus a whole is equal to 6 wholes. And then what do I have left over? 1/4. So my 5 wholes plus another whole, because this is 1 whole, plus 1/4. So 5 wholes plus 1 whole plus 1/4 equals 6 wholes and 1/4. So the only difference here is we had to change our improper fraction to a mixed number and then add it to our whole number. Let's try another one. 7 2/5 plus 4/5. So let's go ahead and just add that. what do you get? 7 wholes and 6/5. Is 6/5 an improper fraction? Yes. So we need to change it to a mixed number. So I'm going to pull out 5/5, and I have 1/5 left over. So that's 1 whole plus the 1/5. How many wholes do I already have? 7. So we're going to add that 7. So that gives me 6 wholes and 1/5. So again, I changed my improper fraction to a mixed number using my number bonds. So I took 5/5 is the same as 1 whole plus my 1/5 that's left. And then I can't forget about the 7 wholes that I already had. I'm sorry, so 7 plus 1 is 8, not 6. Let's see. Trying to make sure you're paying attention. So that's 8 wholes and 1/5. 8 wholes and 1/5. Good. Let's try one more on our boards. Last one. All right. This time we have whole numbers. So let's add those first. 3 plus 1 is 4. 5/12 plus 11/12 is 16/12. Is 16/12 an improper fraction? Yes, it is. So I'm going to pull out 12/12. And then I have 4/12 left over. 12 plus 4 is 16. So I'm going to take 12/12 is 1 whole plus my 4/12 that I have left over plus my 4 wholes. 4 plus 1 is 5. And then 4/12 left over. So that's 5 wholes and 4/12. Go ahead and erase your boards. And we're going to move to our problem set to work a few on those together. Okay, the first part you should be able to work. I'll work one from each section. So I have a little criteria sheet for you. It's a small sheet, so let's use that. First, we add our whole numbers, so 3 plus 0 is 3. And then we add our fractions, 1/4 plus 1/4 is 2/4. I check to see if I have an improper fraction. I do not. So my answer is 3 2/4, or I know 2/4 is equivalent to what? 3 1/2. Very good. Now I'm going to do one from problem number 2, part 2. Now I'm trying to find the missing blank. So if I'm trying to get to 5 wholes and my denominator's 8, and I have 4 7/8, how much is missing to get to 5 wholes? 8/8 makes a whole, don't forget that. So I'm missing 1/8. 7 plus 1 is 8/8, so that would be 4 plus 8/8, which is a whole, which is equal to 5. So my missing number is 1/8. So this one's a little bit different because you're finding the number that's missing. Okay? And part number 3 is like the last one that I solved. So we're going to use our criteria. 2 plus 0 is 2. We're going to add our whole numbers first. Then we add our fractions. 3/4 plus 2/4 is 5/4. But I notice that this is a what? Improper fraction. I cannot leave it like that. It's very improper to leave it like that. So I need to change it to a mixed number by doing a number bond. So I'm going to pull out 4/4 plus my 1/4 plus my whole that's already there. Sorry, make my number bond first. 4/4 plus 1/4. So that's 1 whole plus 1/4 plus 2 wholes is equal to 3 wholes and 1/4. So again, I take my 5/4, I make my number bond 4/4 and 1/4, and then I add my 1 whole plus 1/4 plus 2 wholes to get 3 and 1/4. Now finish the problem set. Good job.